questions that comes up frequently at the talks I give is how to avoid a bad hire. Bad hires are an interesting concept, and often the blame lies with the candidate. The person we hired was no good. But is it as straightforward as that? What is a bad hire? Simply someone who is not right for the job, however well qualified they are or how well they fit into the company culture on first impression. I think responsibility lies in equal part with the hiring manager as well as the candidate. The interview process is imperfect and we're all on our best behaviour. It's really easy to say, this isn't the role or the person I thought it was. If a company makes a bad hire, it's easy enough to reverse, as generally it's noticed during the probation period. And I've heard many hiring managers say, well, if they're not right, we'll just let them go quickly. But the knock-ons are huge. Disruption for the team, who lose a new colleague unexpectedly, extra costs for the business, not just agency fees, but also lost time, opportunity costs, and also drops in productivity. It's also awful for the candidate, who now has a short period of employment on their CV and a huge knock to their confidence too. The reasons a bad hire happen can usually be avoided. I can think of 2 examples of bad hires that I've seen in the last month. The first simply didn't have enough information when they accepted the role and quite literally wasn't sure what they were going to be doing. This was concatenated by a really shaky onboarding process. Although it seemed like a progressive and supportive company, so the candidate was fine with some ambiguity, roll forward a couple of months and there's loads of blame flying around about deliverables and targets which weren't very clear at the beginning. The second is someone who joined a business where the culture fit was totally wrong and no allowances were made for the very things that had been highlighted during the interview, which made it impossible for the appointed person to do the job in the way the business expected. And these were both really senior hires. How to avoid these sorts of bad hires and many others is straightforward but can take effort. And it's not just about improving interview skills, although that does form a significant part. Understand your culture, plan what you need to hire, assess against those plans and make it clear to the candidate what they'll be doing. Don't move the goalposts and assume that if it's not going well, some of the responsibility lies with you to get things back on track. You'll have better hires, happier teams, more productive workflows, and you'll spend less money.